Please. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. وأشهد أن عيسى عبد الله ورسوله. وأشهد أن الجنة حق والنار حق لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله. بارك الله فيك إن شاء الله. اللهم صل. Nun înseamnă că noi am părăsit religia creștină? Nu. Din contra.
Habib Todd Berger came here from the US. Of Jewish ancestry, raised a Christian, he converted to Islam 2 years ago.
But started teaching me some things that she had learned, like Salah and Tawbah and doing Astaghfirullah. And I started with that. And then my heart just continued to open more and more. So my family has concerns and issues. And they also recognize that I have a deep connection with God, with the one God. I believe that people have no idea what Islam is. It's unfortunate that the media in the States has portrayed Islam as it is, because there's no connection between terrorism and Islam.
I'm only 20 years old and I've been brought up in Australia my whole life. I was brought up to be kind of prejudiced, and so I always had a bad view about Muslims. So, 9/11 happened, I thought they were all terrorists, and I was brought up, to believe that. I was brought up to be a Christian, but by Christian it means I could still go out and drink and do everything because I believe that Jesus died for my sins and I was forgiven. Really, really happy. And all I want is support from you. But if you don't understand, that's okay. Because I met so many other sisters and brothers and family here. But at the same time I still want my parents and my grandparents and the ones that have accepted me, I'm so thankful for. And I'm so happy, and this is a lifetime commitment I want to have.
First time I said these words was when I was alone in my house, and it didn't really hit me then. I knew I said it and I knew I believed it, but it didn't really affect me as much as the first time I actually prayed. And the first time was here in this masjid down there, and I prayed in sujood, and that was the first time it really affected me. That's when you start, like I just couldn't stop crying, really, to be honest. And that's when you feel, it's when you feel like in sujood, the closest to Allah. And you can't get any closer. So you really feel it then. And this is the first sujood I ever made in my life. This is when you really feel the shahada. Not just words.
My mother is converted Christian, and while listening yesterday of your conversation, I quietly touched, my heart quietly touched, and I realized that Islam is a.
I bear witness
that
there is no God,
there is no one God,
that there is
no God
worthy of worship except Allah. And I bear witness that Muhammad was the last messenger of Allah. Alhamdulillah. Welcome to Islam, sister.
أشهد أن لا
إله إلا الله.
I'm 40. I knew that I wanted those changes in my life, you know, and that it was time for peace and tranquility and growth with God. Unless it was their beliefs, no one would say anything. It was walking on eggshells 24/7. And they were very cruel to me. And as far as the religion, they were very cruel to me from a very young age. And I miss them as people, but I don't miss their religion at all. And I don't think they'll ever change. And it was a horrible experience. It was absolutely terrifying as a child to go through that. They're very extremist, and, you know, I mean, as a child, they were taking me to exorcisms and all kinds of crazy things, and it was, and, you know, would beat up on me emotionally all the time. I knew I didn't want to be, not to be harsh, not to be judgmental, but I knew I didn't want to be part of their crazy religion. It was, you know, borderline occult, and I couldn't do it. And I was persecuted by them every time I saw them. So I miss my nieces like crazy, but I can't go back to that life. I would rather just, you know, have my Muslim family and have God in my life, the real God, the true God, not a bunch of man-made, you know, rules and regulations. And their religion caused me so much pain, and this one doesn't.